Hello there, this is Heirs to the Kingdom channel, and today's lesson we're going to be doing chapters 11 and 12 in the book of Exodus. If you're new to this, it's a Bible study channel going through the King James Bible, not skipping anything as Scripture commands. So if you would, like, subscribe, and share this content, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. So last we left off, multiple plagues God brought on to Egypt and Pharaoh, but not the Hebrews. Not the land of Goshen, just Egypt. Because Pharaoh would not listen to God. And then he would say, okay, you can go. Then after they took the bad stuff away, he said, okay, now you can't go. You got to stay. And so I explained it last time. There's multiple purpose for this. This is so the Hebrews will see that this is God, and also the Egyptians will receive the punishment for making Hebrews their slaves. But also that they know who God is as well. They want their stories to go throughout the land and history as also. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Now before this, Pharaoh said he didn't want to see Moses' face ever again. Moses says, okay, you won't. Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. So this was the last time that Pharaoh saw Moses' face. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Now, of course, the hard part about this is you're going to take an animal into your house, and your children are going to get used to this animal. You're going to get used to this animal. It's going to start becoming like a pet. And then you're going to have to kill your pet. That's the whole meaning of this, is showing that, there's a huge cost for salvation. That's what this pretty much is the first salvation, the representation of what Christ will do for the world. Someone's going to have to die to bring salvation to the world. Something close to them is going to have to die to save them that evening. This is going to be called the Passover. And it's simple. It's like death will pass over the people with the blood-stained doorposts. Let's continue on here, verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire. His head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. So you got to consume all of it. I'm going to cook all of it together. Verse 10. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. So you're going to eat it quickly, with your clothes ready for work and shoes on your feet. It says it's not a meal to enjoy or to have a feast with. This is something that's going to be done as a necessity. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Here's these dietary laws that we are no longer under. As I always talk about, there's 5 things that we're no longer under from Old Testament and New Testament. Circumcision, dietary laws, doing blood sacrifices to cover sins, being stoned to death for sinning against God, and the added laws to the Sabbath. The Sabbath is still Saturday. That's never changed. We're to remember it and keep it holy. But all the stuff about no work, no travel, no this, no that, Jesus says that's gone. The added laws to the Sabbath. Just whatever it is in the 10 Commandments, that's what we're still under. So let's continue on here. Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter the work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Now, convocation is a large assembly of people. Other part says a formal assembly, but a holy assembly, a holy large assembly to you. That's what that's meaning there. Verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Now, of course, you don't know what the lintel part is. That's the top part of the door. Got 2 side posts, and the lintel goes across that, and the 2 side posts gives the upper section more strength to hold up the rest of the house, as you have a hole in the wall now. So, if you didn't know, now you know. But I used to build houses for a living, so yeah, it's part of framing. Anyways, doesn't matter. Continue on here. 23. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? And of course, Israelites, Hebrews, still do this. They do the Passover even today. Let's continue on here. 27. That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed the Egyptians jewels and silver and jewels of gold and raiment. I said, you were sitting there wondering why they took bread dough and everything else. because people prepared their meals, did preparations the day before. So they did everything that night, stayed in their house, and they had food being prepared for the next morning. They didn't wait and make the dough at dark 30. It was already done. All they had to do was, do a couple of things and cook it, and boom, They actually lived that way for quite some time. All the way up until we started having grocery stores and food's already made and loaves of bread already made at the bakers and stuff like that. When everything was still made at home and stuff, you had your meal was prepared or thought about the day before. It was not what we're going to eat today. It's like, no, you already knew what you was going to eat because you already made preparations for it. Anyways. Yeah, because grocery stores and having a refrigerator and freezer, all that stuff did not exist. But anyways, 36. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. Now what that means is they took, it's like when you take the spoil of defeating the enemy, you took, what's valuable from them. That's what that's meaning there. It ain't like bad eggs or moldy bread. That ain't the spoil they're talking about. Verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men, beside children. So here we're just talking about the men, not mentioning women and children, but, 600,000. Verse 38. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, in flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel, who dwelt in Egypt, was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass, that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. So to be a part of this Passover, you have to be circumcised if you're a man. Period. So even if you go visit Israel during the time that they will do a Passover, you're not allowed to eat thereof or participate thereof in any of what they do if you're not circumcised. 45. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry it forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no circumcised person shall eat thereof. So this is the first sign of what you had to do to be saved by God and become one of God's children, one of God's people. If you're a man, you got to be circumcised, and you're as one of the land. Why wasn't there a rule for the woman? Because the woman is attached to the man. The woman is to be married. She's attached to the man to become one flesh. And of course, the children of that, same. They belong to the man. That's why when the man does that, he's allowed in, and all his house is allowed in. But all the males must be circumcised. So now we're under different salvation rules. We're under Christ. We're under the second covenant. So I don't really think that this is relevant today, the Passover, because this is part of the first covenant. We're now under the second covenant, so it's for everybody. But, as I said, the Israelites or Jewish people, they still celebrate this today. But anyways, 49. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. That's just a great multitude of people. And of course, you're going to have men with weapons and stuff, so they're ready to protect and defend. Because it only makes sense. You're to always be ready to defend. Always have a spear, a sword, something to be, because there's beasts everywhere. Things always wanting to hurt you. Even today. Not as bad today as it used to be, but in some areas it's worse than what it used to be. Either or. That's the end of that lesson. And so, now the Israelites have now been thrust out of Egypt. And so now they're on their journey. They will be coming to the Red Sea next. And Pharaoh's going to try to catch them and make them slaves again. Moses will split the Red Sea. They will pass over, on dry land. And then, Pharaoh and his armies will try to go the same route, and God will let the waters take them. When the walls of the water come crashing down, it's like dropping a building on you. It doesn't matter how good of a swimmer you are, you pretty much just got crushed by the weight of the water. Like I said, that's the end of this lesson. And so, let's pray. Pray for me, I pray for you. Pray for the lost, the found, yourself, others. One thing I might need a little bit of prayer about is I've been told by the VA doctors are sending me in to have an x-ray done. They didn't give me the reason why, but they want to check me for lung cancer. So I guess that's CT, some type of scan. I don't know if it's routine or if they got concerns. I wasn't told anything, and that's just how the VA is. Like, here, go do this. Okay. You're pretty much a soldier for the rest of your life. So let's just pray it's nothing, that it's just something routine, because I'm getting older. I'm hoping that's what it is, because I don't have no problem breathing. I don't have no coughing, no weird stuff, but who knows? Maybe they sent something I don't, whatever. I said, just keep me in your prayers of that. Back with my neighbor, he's home. He's doing better, but he still doesn't have much of an appetite. He's in his 80s and lost 20 pounds. And he's already a skinny fella to begin with. So it's made him weaker. It was 70 degrees today, and he's sitting on his couch bundled in pants, a jacket, and a blanket. And it's like, he lost too much weight too quickly. It was like within a month. He got sick, whatever else. He is out of the hospital. He's rehydrated, but it's like he says everything tastes bad to him. And so I don't know what's happened there. So I guess pray he gets his appetite back. So, because he takes care of his wife. I think he's 85, she's 86, or it's 86 and 87. Either or, she's 1 year older than him, and they've been around the block a few times. So, anyways, keep us all in your prayers. And like I said, you pray for me, I pray for you. There's always someone and something to pray about. All lands, all nations, all people. Yep, the whole world needs prayer. The whole world's suffering in many ways. I got a whole lot of lost people all over the world. Everybody needs prayer. And don't forget to give God all the praise, glory, and worship and thanks and everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. But I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson here. So until next time, God bless, good night, and goodbye.